Um, is it called liquid fire?
It's a fire? Okay.
Liquid fire.
Ooh, wow, how cool is that? Okay. And are you still sensing the white beacon wandering around in there?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And can we go check on Shelly, make sure she's still in the med bay being worked on, or where she might be at?
She's been worked on.
She's in there still?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell what they're working on at all? Or can you ask them what they're doing?
They're doing alignment on her energy fields.
Mm. And how will she notice the difference in her day-to-day life moving forward?
You should feel greater clarity.
She'll feel great?
Greater clarity.
Oh, greater clarity. Okay. Okay. Is it going to make us any easier for us to hypnotize her if we want to?
She gets to choose that.
She gets to choose that.
When she decides that she's ready, she will be
Okay.
hypnotized.
All right,
Right?
perfect.
She has the resistance. It's not that she cannot be hypnotized.
Mm-hmm.
She has
Mm-hmm.
a slight fear, which is stopping her from moving forward.
All right, thank you guys very much. We appreciate that. Continue on with your great work. We want to let you know that we're going to be sending many, many more people here soon. I hope that won't be a problem for you.
Am I lying down or am I standing up?
You're in a kind of like a recliner.
Okay, like a chaise lounge.
Like a recliner, like
Okay.
lazy boy kind of chair, but it's not a lazy boy. It's a chair, a dentist chair type of,
Oh, okay. Sure, that makes sense.
with a kind of hood over the top.
Interesting. Okay. And just a moment here. And is there any healing that they can offer our friend Stephanie at this time?
Okay, Ursa's going to do that.
Ursula would do it? Okay, perfect.
Ursa's in the flame right now.
Okay.
She's actually in 2 rooms at the same time.
Ursula is?
Yeah.
Atta girl. So she's in the med bay, and what other room?
She's in the central liquid flame in the center.
Okay. I'll go. She's still with that liquid flame. Okay. Is there anything we can learn about that liquid flame, by the way?
She's in the flame. There's a healing flame as well.
Oh, okay.
She's expanding the closed light.
Excellent.
This is for Kelly and for Steph.
Oh, well, thank you, Ursula. And to all the helpers that are there. Very nice, very nice. All right, so, and they're still working on Shelly, right?
Yes.
Okay. let's go into the meeting room and let's go see if we can meet our good friend Ra, or our new friend, soon to be new friend. And there's two versions, right? Because we got that big meeting hall, then we got the smaller kind of like a meeting room with the table that's there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And does that seem like the place to go for today?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we could actually go into the meditation garden. It would be a nicer place to go to.
Yeah. Oh, good. I get to see the Madonnas. Yay. And the Rose Bettany's too. Or the Wood Bettany, I mean. Okay. So tell me when we're in there.
Okay, so we're in the garden.
Okay. And the Madonnas are there?
Yes.
Okay. How big is the pool that they're in right now?
You can open. It's like it's as big as it needs to be. It's an ocean.
Okay. And how many of the Madonnas are there?
There's two.
Two? Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine they go back and forth, or like this water connects to their normal water type of thing?
These two have chosen to go here.
Oh, they just want to stay here for a while. All right. Well, I'd like to say hi to the Rose Quartz Madonnas, see if either of them are the ones that I've talked to in the past.
No.
Okay. And is there any
They're
special?
one family.
Right, right. And they're like a kind of a joint consciousness, right? A collective.
Yes.
All right. And what made them decide to want to come hang out here?
We asked them if they would come.
So we just asked them, and they were like, "Sure, we'll do that."
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We love having you. We love your energy. We like what you're bringing to this beautiful meditation space where people can come and relax and just feel that great Madonna energy. Is there any message that you would like to give to us today, or any guidance or anything that you just want to say?
It is time to embody love.
Mm.
There is such a bright future.
Mhm.
It just means choosing in every moment
Mhm.
to be that bright future, to be the love that you want to see, to be the peace, to be the harmony, to be all that makes your heart sing. Allow your heart to sing. Allow your soul to dance. Join the dance of the universe. All these years you have waited, you have spent so long turning your back on all that is beautiful and true, pretending that you are not part of the dance when in fact you've never left. Open your eyes to the light. Let it shine, and let your soul sing. Can you see the wheels of harmony turning, intersecting, weaving? The patterns are intricate and beautiful and radiant and sparkling. Be that spark, light up your soul and let it join the dance. Enjoy. Find that point of happiness in your soul. Express that happiness, bring it out. Show the rest how it's done. Find that utter joy and be that joy and show them how it's done. They will come with you. They will join the dance too. It's like a conga line. One person sets off, the next person will put their hand on their shoulder, and the next will join, and they will join, and the dance will start, and the swirling will come in, and the patterns will be commenced. Oh, join the dance, dear people.
Mm. Well, if there's anybody watching this video at home, now you'll see why I like the Rose Quartz Madonnas so much. Aren't they awesome? They're beautiful. Just got such an awesome vibe. They're pink dolphins, by the way, if you didn't know. From a pink planet, a rose quartz planet. Rose Quartz Madonnas, we're so pleased to have you here. We're so thankful that you answered our call. And I can't wait to come visit you.
Call.
What?
Thank you for making the call. It's time. It's time you're reaching out. You're recognizing that we exist.
Right?
We have been calling you. Come, child, come. Finally reaching us halfway.
Yay. Yeah, this is a great place for that, right? It is a nice little halfway spot.
This is a beautiful spot.
Yes, and you guys don't have to step down by becoming a regular dolphin either. You get to stay as Rose Quartz Madonna, so I think that's even really neat.
Yes.
I'm very happy about that.
You can be, and you can be, because this is who you are too.
I'm a pink dolphin.
Everybody's a pink dolphin.
Yay.
We are one.
Okay. Well, what I want to do is let's go find a nice, comfortable spot, nice place to just chill and relax there. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can call in our friend Ra now. I'm not really sure what the best way to call him in, but I would just like to humbly request the presence of Ra. See if he would be willing to let us talk to him and gain
I
the
am
benefit.
wrong.
Ra, hi. So nice to meet you. I remember the first time we met you that Ursula was she still had some few things that you said she needed to work on. Hopefully now she's at a place where it'll be good for us to talk to you whenever we want. Is that the case?
I'm right with the case. She has now got rid of her unworthiness. She was never unworthy, but she thought she was.
Right. Oh my goodness.
I have been with her. I have been with her. I have never left her alone.
That is really cool to know. Okay. Boy, Ra, and I want you to know we're going to make a video out of this for a lot of people to see. I've seen you some other places. I've read some of the Law of One work, and we would say that you are the same Ra from the Law of One. Is that right?
I am Ra. I am one. I am the Law of One.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, before we start asking you some questions, is there kind of a brief message that you would like to give to everybody that will come and watch this video?
I am Ra. Hear my words. I am one. We are one. There is but one. Understand this oneness. Do you understand what one means? Do you understand that you are looking for all the small pieces? You spend your time trying to search out fractals, fragments, trying to claim ownership of this, of that. You are all of it because we are one. There is but one.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. I was looking at a chart today, and it showed Ra and Isis as the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Is that a pretty accurate thing, the way I saw it today? I guess.
It is partly correct. Some like to see Ra as the divine masculine, Isis as the divine feminine, and we play that part. But still, these are two parts of the one.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. Is it implies separation in a way, huh?
Yes.
So that's where it's not totally accurate. Okay, very, very cool. Thank you. Okay, so now I thought I remembered from the law of one material, and maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but I thought I remembered you being like a collective of all the beings from Venus. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I am Ra. There are collectives.
Did the beings from Venus join up with you as like a social memory construct or something like that? Are they the same or different?
I am Ra. Mankind cannot understand the singularity. Mankind needs a hierarchy.
Yeah.
There is no hierarchy for the sake of the limited intelligence, the distortions of mankind. The information is given in a way that makes sense for the hearer.
Okay. Right, because once again, my question is really implying separation, which never existed.
I am Ra, that is correct.
Yes, sorry about that. I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much for being so awesome. One of the questions we've been having lately is, how long is the galactic year or the precession of the equinoxes? First of all, are they the same thing? So where we're confused about it, on the galactic year or the precession of the equinoxes, I'm trying to figure out, some people say it's 24,000 years, some people say it's 26,000 years. Could you give me a better number?
I am Ra. You are asking me to enter into your time-space construct.
Mhm.
I do not enter into that construct.
Okay, I got you. We were familiar with you in Egypt. Are you the same Ra that they would show with like a I think it had like a falcon head? Is that right? Is that you?
I am Ra, that is correct.
Okay. And they would show that on the hieroglyphs. Were you there? Did they see you, or were they just imagining you?
I am Ra, I was there. I tried to bring truth.
Tried to bring the truth?
Was not received.
Mm.
I left.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Okay. Did you have any involvement with the building of the pyramids or the information that it took to build them?
I am Ra, she is tired.
Okay. Okay. So she's having a hard time receiving this energy? Is this because of all the work she does at night when she's sleeping?
I am Ra, I have entered into her space. My energy is very high frequency. It is preying on her nerves.
Okay. Is there anything you can do to alleviate that, to make it easier for her, to allow us to continue on for a little while without damaging her vessel? Can you give her strength or wakefulness or whatever she might need?
I am Ra, I will leave her now.
Okay.
We will talk again at a future date.
All right. Thank you, Rob, for coming by. We really appreciate you. And we will love to come by and see you again. We'll try to make sure we're a little more rested next time. All right, we'll just give Ursula just a moment here to just kind of shake it off a little bit. What's Ra feel like to you, Ursula?
Right now it feels like there's a knife going through my head.
Oh no.
It's very intense energy.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't seem like.
Surprisingly.
What's that?
Surprisingly.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like Ra really messes around, and you know, and he's like a force of nature in a way. You know, it's not like he means anything by it. It's just how he just is what he is, right?
Mm.
He's just. I mean, when you're
Funny
talking.
because it's always been with me,
Yeah.
and I've always felt it as a very loving presence.
Right. I mean, he believes in oneness, so he certainly can't be bad at all.
Oh
You
no,
know,
it's not bad. It's
yeah,
just very intense.
yeah. And as soon as he was giving you trouble, he was like, "Well, I'm out of here then." Right. So, but I guess it just means we have to be more well rested next time. I almost wonder if we would have gone into the meeting room and he's sitting across from a table from you, if it would be easier that way. What do you think? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an interesting concept. Maybe we'll try that next time. I'm sure you can tell just how much knowledge he has and just what level that knowledge is on, right?
It's a different ballgame.
Right, exactly.
It's not.
Um,
It's not the way we think at all.
no, I was like, how long is the procession of the equinox? He was just like, that's stupid. You know, and my first three questions were just stupid. Like, I'll be better next time I talk to him because I grasp where he's coming from now. But I was asking him stuff from a very, very human perspective, and you know, me having my role, I should have been better prepared and been better than that, I feel. But you know, it's all an experiment, right? We're just trying to learn as we go.
Still
Okay.
here. He's still here. He's right beside me.
Okay. Let's do this experiment. Let's go into the meeting room and see if you can sit across from the table from him and see if that is a way that we can answer questions without it taxing you. So tell me when you're in the meeting room. Tell me where you're sitting.
He's sitting at the table.
Okay. And you're at that big the table, or are you at a chair or a recliner or what?
At the table.
Okay. And he's sitting right next to you, across from you, what?
We're sitting just about opposite each other.
Okay, perfect. Now, ask him, would it be easier for me to talk to you this way, less taxing on the body?
He says yes,
Okay.
but it's better the other way because he can speak directly.
Because there's no distortion, no space in between, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think we'll just we'll chill and oh, Ursula, let me ask you this. What if we were all to send you some love and some energy and some healing? Maybe take you into the med bay room for a moment, and maybe we could get you in a place that would be a little better for this. What do you think about that? Yeah, let's try that and just see how it goes. Okay, so let's go. We're going to take you into the med bay, and we want to see who's there to greet you. And we want to see if Shelly's still being worked on.
She's finished.
They're finished with her? Okay,
Yes.
good, good. Can you ask them what all they fixed, or if there's anything they fixed that we could know about that would be interesting for her?
They've dropped a couple of codes into her.
Oh, they did. Oh, she's going to love to hear that.
Yes.
So they obviously knew what her goal was for the day, and that'll be neat. And so those same thing with those codes, she will experience them through greater clarity.
He has to wait for them to unfold.
Okay. So it's going to be something that's going to be kind of like a downloading over time.
Codes need to be activated. When they're in your system, they're not necessarily ready to be activated.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's time that needs to be allowed.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's another key that has to be switched on.
Right.
The switch is on.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. So, how long do you foresee this taking until she can tell a difference?
I'm hearing 48 hours for one of them,
Hmm.
but it will be several weeks for the other.
Oh, cool. That sounds like pretty neat stuff. Okay, well, maybe we'll come back in a couple of weeks and we'll find out just what type of upgrade she got.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. She's happy, girl. Good. All right, Shelly. Now we want them to sit you down, Ursula, and we want you to just take up a nice spot, and we want to ask if they can help you to be in a better place so you can kind of channel Ra in the best possible way. We don't have to wait. Maybe we can get a few more questions in without it bothering Ursula so much. Is that something that can be done today, or is it just a matter of her needing a good night's sleep?
It's much more of a refiner than the one Shelly was on.
Right, because hers is more like the dentist chair.
Yes.
Yours is nice and cushy and comfortable.
It's it's almost like lying down the knob.
Okay. All right, now everybody, Steph and Shelly and Kelly, let's go ahead and just send Ursula some love. Let's send her a little healing. And maybe the best place to channel Ra for today would be right when you're sitting in this chair. What do you think about that? Okay. Well, before we do that, let's just let you sit there and soak it all in for a moment. Just relax. Tell me if you're feeling any better, any looser, any more calm, any less knife in the head.
It's easing off a little bit.
Let's give it a little bit while longer then. Steph would like to know if there's any upgrades that they can send to her as well. I guess we'll just ask for the whole group. But...
Yes.
All right, thank you. And while they're working on Ursula, let's go ahead and ask a little bit for Steph. How long will the ones that they send to her take to take effect and be felt in her daily life?
3 to 5 days.
5 days?
3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. Okay, perfect. And when everything's done and ready, how will she notice the difference? What will seem different to her?
It will feel less dense.
Oh. Less tense or less dense?
Dense.
Oh, okay. A little easier for her to meditate, maybe? Less cares of the world.
That's it. That's the one.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And then for Kelly, how long is it going to take? And what are they sending to him?
7 days.
Okay. And how will he notice a difference in his daily life moving forward? Stop it. You're so bad. What? Why are you laughing at me? Why isn't everything always funny with me?
Because they said, let it,
God.
they said, let us find out.
Oh, right. Why would it be? God. Like, well, he won't be quite as stupid for starters. He won't be nearly as ugly and God, bastards. Ah!
That's funny.
Only, I mean, like if it was the only time anybody ever said that to me, it wouldn't be funny, right? But no, every time. Shut up, Shelly. Oh God! Everywhere I go, it's the same thing. Well, yeah, maybe they'll fix my sense of humor so I can I will. Yeah, I won't mind practical jokes so much. They could give me that upgrade. Golly. give me solid steel nuts so I don't mind getting kicked in them as often. Jeez. What, Shelley?
Are they able to assist with my visual perception so that I can start to see more when we're on these trips?
Right, because she has trouble. She has very limited vision when she's up here.
Me too.
Steph too. All right. I know that some people have that kind of a little more aptitude in different areas. Some can hear, some can smell, some can taste.
They said that's a journey.
What'd you say?
They said that is a journey. They will not force that. That is a journey.
Right, right.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Steph, you missed part of that. I think they said 3 to 5 days for you, and that you would feel less dense. So you would not be so weighed down by the
I got
cares
that
of-
part. I missed the part about you that they were laughing about.
Well, I don't think you would have really got it anyways. It's kind of a running joke, really, a kind of an inside joke between me and the entire spirit world. Like literally everything that does not live on Earth, it just thinks that Kelly is its punching bag and likes to have fun with me. So just is what it is. I'll get you up to speed someday on that if I could. It'd take me a week to explain it.
They said we love you. We wouldn't have it any other way.
I love you guys too. I love you guys too. Right. Yeah. They upgraded my good sportiness ability is what they did. That's what they did there. They were like, well, we like picking on you. What, Shelley? Oh, no, we can't hear Shelley now.
What can they do for age regression?
Oh, yeah. We were thinking of making a room for that, but could we have a chair in here for that? What about age regression? Talk to us.
Have a chair, but why, Jojo?
What's that?
They said you can have the chair, but why?
I don't know. It's okay. But we think age reversal would be a neat thing that would get a lot of people excited. And
It comes with moving, shifting. It's part of the process of shifting.
okay.
If you force it, you're going to not enjoy the process.
Mm,
So
Okay.
enjoy the process. It's a journey that you're all taking and you should enjoy it.
mm. Okay. So kind of like the more often we come here and the more different healings and upgrades and things like this that we receive, then eventually that's kind of, we're going to notice that we feel better and younger along the way, right?
It will come with the shift. As your
Mm.
consciousness shifts, it's not even necessary that you have to come to the healing room.
Mhm.
It's part of the shift.
Mm. Right, because once the shift happens, then everybody's healed, and we don't have aging anymore. But the last graph I was looking at made it seem like that was 6,000 years from now. Yeah, right. I'm not really, what should I take up jogging or something? I don't know. How am I supposed to make it 6,000 years?
We intend to live on this planet for
Well, I am pretty good at making intentions and having them work out for me, so we'll see how it goes.
Is this your desire?
Yeah. That's super cool. And also, as I remember, though, I've been told in the past that it had to do with a little bit of kind of getting rid of some of your programming that like this kind of a belief that you think you have to age, right?
That's part of the shift.
Yeah.
Once the shift will move your belief systems.
Mhm.
So all the programmings will disappear.
Oh, cool. That's super cool. All right. So, how is Ursula looking right now? Is she looking like she's in a little better place where she could channel energy that's as intense as Ra? Think she'd be up to, what's that?
He is stronger.
Okay. All right. And this is a fine place to do it as any, right? We don't need to go back to the meditation garden, do we? Okay. So, Ursula, let's go ahead and invite our friend Ra back in. Let's see how it goes and see what he says about how he feels about the environment now. And we'll know when he's here because he'll say, I am Ra.
I am Ra. I
I
am
love.
here.
Thank you so much for bearing with us and let us experiment a little bit more. This is kind of a process of learning for us, and I really appreciate you kind of willing to work with us. But how does she seem now? Does she seem like she's in a better place for this?
I am Ra, yes.
Okay. We would like to ask a few more questions, but if there's any problem with the body of Ursula, just let us know. And obviously, we value her very much, and we don't want her to have any discomfort. And now, I want to try and ask you some better questions here. First of all, what is the purpose of the pyramids that we see all around the world?
I am Ra. Each pyramid has a different purpose.
Mm.
Some are transmitters and
Mhm.
receivers.
Mhm.
Some are frequency modulators.
Mhm.
Some are ascension chambers. Many are damaged.
Mm. Okay.
They have been shaken.
Like earthquakes?
Yes.
Mhm.
There is a precise alignment,
Hmm.
and the alignments have been broken.
Okay. Now, Ra, we have this grid working room where we try to fix some of the vortexes around the planet and some of the damaged ley lines. Is there any way that we could fix damaged pyramids from that room with our intention?
I am Ra. No, you cannot.
Okay.
You
Right,
do
because
not
it's
have technology that
okay.
created the pyramids, therefore you cannot repair the pyramids.
Okay. Okay. All right. And when it comes to doing what we call grid working, and we think of this as a form of healing for Gaia, the planet we live on. Is there any advice or guidance that you would like to give us on that particular topic?
I am Ra. Gaia is in impeccable shape.
Mm.
In the physical, you do not see it,
Mhm.
but she is in impeccable shape.
Mhm.
The work that you are doing is useful.
Mhm.
It is creating the field that you need
Mhm.
as the human collective
Mhm.
to move into the space that Gaia already occupies.
Right. Okay. So we're actually helping the people of the planet more so than the planet because the planet's fine.
Gaia is fine.
Okay.
She is in impeccable shape.
Thank you, sir. And if our goal is, as a group, we would like to bring about kind of what people call the ascension or the shift. I think you might be the same thing as you used to call it the harvest back in the day. We'd like to bring this back a little around as quick as we can and help to speed it up if it's appropriate. Do you have any guidance for that as far as best practices and what we can do as a group towards that end?
I am Ra. Become one.
We've been talking about this idea. We call it kind of like the superorganism, where everybody in our group kind of has like a group mind or a hive mind, where we feel a certain unity, where we go into the dream world together, help each other with bilocating. Can you give us any guidance or direction as to the best practices when it comes to doing those goals?
I am Ra. Magnify your love for each other. Practice unconditional love. When you do, your field will be one because there is but one unconditional love. The more you align with unconditional love, the more you will become one.
And then we have this idea that as our group does that, then people from outside of the group will start to see it and be inspired by it and want to join our kind of unity consciousness field. Is that something that you see happening?
I am Ra. Yes. As your field becomes one, as you are spread around the globe, the others will be caught in the field of one and will want to join the field.
So we would start as maybe like 5 or 10 people, and then someday we'll be thousands, and then someday we may even be bigger than that, huh?
I am wrong. Yes.
I can't
You
wait.
will not need to hold a group because you will not need to isolate or keep anyone out of the
Right.
group. Oneness includes all. All is one.
I'm starting to feel that knife in the head right now, behind my left eye a little bit. I wonder if somebody's working on me or something. I don't know. All right.
All. I am one. I am in your field.
You are what?
I am in your field. I am Ra.
Oh,
I am in your field.
thank you, sir.
You have asked to enter into my field.
Mhm.
Do you not think, therefore, that I am not in your field? Is that possible?
Man, I love talking to you, Ra. You're like, you make things seem so simple, and I really appreciate that about you, and I enjoy it being around you, and just the inspirational wisdom that you have. I hope that a lot of people will see this and be inspired by it themselves to feel that unity. And I know that's really about the only thing you really have to say about anything. Is Hermes? Go ahead. Mhm.
Ask for truth. I give you truth.
Mm, I
Do
love
you
it.
want me to make a tail? To make
No.
it better?
I love your truth, sir, and I appreciate it. And I wouldn't want you to ever change. I love you just the way you are. Ra, can you talk to us about the Mayans? Did they leave on a spaceship? What happened to them?
I am weighing the reason for this question.
Just curiosity.
Yes, I thought you were merely satisfying curiosity.
Yeah, we have a friend that I had a session with him, and it seemed like they had built a pyramid. Some spaceships came down during the session. It took off some of the people, and other ones chose to stay. And I just never quite understood what all happened there and why.
I am wrong. When a superior culture lives upon planet Earth, the distorted fields make it very difficult to remain. There is a choice: stay and try to overcome the distortions,
Mhm.
or move away
Mhm.
and recover
Mhm.
your own integrity and purity of knowledge. Oftentimes, it is best to choose to leave and to try a different plan.
Mm.
I choose to leave.
Mhm.
Others choose to stay.
Mhm.
But staying carries its own dangers because the distortions mangle the fields and it is possible to get trapped
Right.
and to no longer be able to bring truth. Some leave because they feel that they can best serve by leaving and regaining their integrity and trying at another time in a different way. Some stay feeling that they still have something to offer.
Sure, sure. That I totally understand that. That's a really good answer. Thank you very much. I have heard of sometimes people go back to like their home planet. They kind of get the vibrations of that place. It makes them feel like themselves again, and now they're ready to maybe try it over. So that answer.
That is correct. Sometimes they try it over. Sometimes they do not try it over.
Yes, yes. I would like to ask some questions. We were hoping to interview another person today along with you. That would have been Hermes Trismegistus. I was curious, is he the same person as Thoth, or are they different people in the history lore, I guess I should say?
I am wrong. Yes,
The same?
yes.
Thank you. Can you talk to us about how Hermes made the emerald tablets? They seem to be indestructible.
I am Ra. They were brought to you.
Okay, so they came from another place.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Ra, I am curious about, we had so many other races that were similar to humans. The Neanderthals, the Denisovans, some of these other races. And I look at them and they seem like they were stronger. They had bigger bones from what I've seen. They had larger brain space. And yet somehow they're gone and we're still here. Could you tell me why and how that happened?
I am Ra. The human collective changes periodically. The conditions on the planet change.
Mm,
Advances are made as consciousness grows. A new race forms. The old race falls away.
mhm.
You can see this in the coming shift.
Mhm.
You are expecting the shift.
Mhm.
Consciousness is growing.
Mhm.
Mankind will not look the way mankind looks today.
Because we hear about like either crystal bodies or light bodies or things like that. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Yes. Increased consciousness
Mhm.
changes the necessary structure. Let me rephrase that.
Mhm.
The structure reflects consciousness.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's almost like a form of manifestation in a way, or what we call manifestation.
I am Ra. A body is a vessel for the consciousness to experience life.
Mhm.
It is a solidified consciousness.
Mm. Okay.
It will take the form which best serves the spirit who creates it
Okay. Okay. That makes
and
sense.
the environment in which that body has to thrive.
Right. Right. So as we move up into a less dense area of space or dimension, then it will be better for us to be less dense ourselves.
I am right. That is correct.
Thank you,
And
sir.
each environment has its own unique challenges and conditions. So if you want to live on the planet Earth, you need a body which can process oxygen and has a large reservoir of water.
Oh, okay.
However, if you were to live in a different planet
Mhm.
or a different dimension,
Mhm.
the conditions are not the same.
Mhm.
So you may not need a body that processes oxygen because there is no oxygen on that planet.
Right. So you wouldn't even have lungs.
Precisely.
Very interesting. Thank you very, very much, Ra. I love your answers. I hope we get to talk again many, many times if I can just come up with some questions that are worthy of your great answers anyways. But we do thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you a question. I have pulled up on my screen. One of my friends has made a thing for me. She calls it a soul code. It looks like a little umbrella thing that I'm looking at right now. Looks like it's got 7 different languages on it. Ra, can you tell me what this thing means and what it's all about? And what's the story behind it?
I am Ra. There are 7 rays. They represent the 7 sacred planes.
The 7 what? 7
Sacred,
rays of light.
the 7, yes.
Okay.
One of these rays you are traveling upon.
It looks like that's the one that made Maldek and Mars and Earth. Am I interpreting that right?
Do not think planets.
Okay.
Think oversoul.
Okay.
I am presence. Higher self.
Okay.
Self.
What about these lines that continue down past the, I kind of see like a divergence from the one ray of light, and then there's lines that keep going past that. What are those showing me? Is that where the energy feeds back into the loop, I guess? That's how I interpret that?
I am Ra. Ultimately, you want to join all 7 rays.
Uh-huh.
You want to take a journey to be master of all 7 rays.
Like as an oversoul, you mean?
I am Ra. This is mission to master all 7 rays. There is one ray which you are strong at in, but all 7 have to be mastered.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And I look at these rays, it looks like they have 7 different languages written on them. Is that right? Or are those all the same language?
I am Ra. Each ray has its own frequency,
Sure, that makes sense.
its own path, its own set of beings. Ultimately, all 7 paths must be traveled to bring all into unity.
What's the one that I'm best at already? The one that I've kind of mastered, if there is one that I've mastered.
Divine will,
Oh, it's not a color?
I am Ra. Each color represents a property.
Each color represents a prophecy?
Property.
A property. Okay. Let me ask you this, Ra. If just as Ra and Christ seem to be guides for Ursula, Who are my guides? Or most closely associated with me?
I am the one who is called Ursula is a muse. Sorry. Oh, I am so sorry.
I gotta find a new channel, man. I gotta find a new channel. I was watching her trying to hold it in too. I was just like, oh God, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so next question.
I am wrong.
Hmm.
You do have the Christ with you too.
Okay. Yes, I do. I feel him around. I love him too, by the way. Okay, and this process of mastering these 7 rays, is this something that's going to have to take place over several different lifetimes, or is this something that could be done in this one lifetime?
I am wrong. It can be done in one lifetime.
Wow. Can you give me any hints or guidance that will help me to, because I am like totally at a loss as how I would even begin to think about doing that.
I am wrong. Pick a different way.
What's that?
Pick a different way
Okay, right.
and choose to become that ray.
Right, the embodiment of the property of that ray.
You
Okay.
may choose, for example, that you will embody truth.
Mhm.
Be truth. Become truth.
Mm.
As you master a ray, it becomes easier to master the next. We tumble down
Mhm.
like dominoes.
Wow, that's so cool. Okay. Rock, can you, boy, I would love to see if you can help out with this. Let's say, okay, so we've got 7 rays. Could you tell me the colors of the rays and what each one embodies? So for instance, what color would go with truth?
I am emerald green.
Okay. Okay. So what is the first ray and what is the property of that ray?
I am wrong. You do no work for yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I can. So emerald green is truth. You know, I love to research things, Raw. I don't have any problem with that. But I've never seen this. I've never seen the colors associated with a property like that. Seems like kind of a new thing to me. All right, we'll see what we can do with that. So I appreciate your help. All right.
It is. I am wrong. It is well-known knowledge.
Okay. Okay. All right, good. All right, then, yeah, I don't know how I missed it. All right, I'll look that up. Thank you very much. And I think we're about done here. Oh, I wanted to ask you a question. We had a session the other day. Our friend Carmen was answering questions from our other friend who we call the Sumerian. And we saw a code of some sort. There were some triangles, some circles, some eyeballs, and there was a blinking eye. Can you tell us what that code meant or what it was referring to? It was like blink, blink, pause, something like that.
It is the activation code.
For Carmen, for the group, for the planet.
For the energy field in the pyramid.
The energy field of what?
The pyramid.
Okay. Oh, for Carmen's pyramid, where she was before? or the pyramid that was in the Grand Canyon?
Pyramid in the Grand Canyon.
Okay. Okay. So that code was really for that pyramid. It wasn't for any of us per se.
I am wrong. It is a code.
Okay.
That Carmen may use
Uh-huh.
if she wishes to access the energy of the pyramid
Oh.
for her
Okay.
healing need.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And when we went there, Raw, we saw this one. It was like a vortex. It was kind of a brown color. And when we were done, it was a multicolored vortex. We asked Hal what had happened, and he said he couldn't really see. Can you tell us what happened on that particular moment in exchange of energy? Was it in another dimension, another time stream, another universe?
I am wrong. There are many overlays on this planet.
Mhm.
There are many dimensions.
Mhm.
And yes, it was a higher dimension.
And we were right in believing that something had been clogged, and then we had just kind of basically unclogged it.
I am wrong. Yes. You have
Okay.
opened and activated the pyramid.
Oh, so it was the pyramid, not so much a vortex per se. Or it was both, because there's a vortex associated with that pyramid.
I am wrong. Yes, one and the same.
Okay. Thank you, Ra. And so, Ra, first of all, our friend Shelly is asking the information in the 7 sacred flames. Is that accurate information that we could use as a reference?
I am wrong. Correct.
Thank you very much, sir. And then she had another good question was, do you have any advice or suggestions, anything that we could add to Hal, our beautiful Hall of Remembering?
I am wrong. Install a room with a pyramid.
Mm. And what would that room be used for?
I am wrong. To raise frequency.
Okay. So similar to the meditation garden, you could go into the pyramid room, and that pyramid could have any of the properties of any of the other pyramids around the world, whether that be ascension or all the other properties you told us about earlier.
I am wrong. That is correct.
Thank you, Ra. I love that idea. I think that is a really, really good idea. I'm super excited about that. Okay. Now I just only have 1 or 2 more questions, Ra, and I think we're done here. Looks like the body's holding up great, though. I'm glad to see that. Can you tell us about Rh negative blood type, how that originated, and what it means today? My belief it was just a holdover from the Neanderthals, from breeding with them or something like that.
I am wrong. It's not from the Neanderthals.
Okay.
It's I think I'm losing connection.
It's okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to call it a day. I think I asked all the questions we needed to ask. We will just take a moment to just thank Ra, send him our love and our healing, just like he sends us. Let him know that we look forward to meeting with him again in this way. We're very glad and honored that we were able to do so.
I leave you in the peace and love of the universe.
Thank you, Ra. Thank you, Ra. And Ursula, how are you feeling right now? Pretty good? Yeah, you look good, I think, too. Yeah. Not as glowing and as rosy as Shelly when she came out of her chair, but you're looking pretty good. She's looking good, yeah. And okay, so we'll go back. We'll have to revisit this tape because I remember that Ra told me several properties for the pyramids. That needs to be a separate room, Shelly. You're asking if it should be in the meditation room. I'm not going to make that combined it all there. That's a separate room for doing pyramid stuff, of what pyramids do. That somebody has an intention. Basically, Braden will just live in that room. But I'm sure. But hey, we got a room for everybody, right? And so what we're going to do, Ursula, is we're going to bring you back down. Before I do that, I just want to make sure if you have any unfinished business you'd like to attend to while you're here, and you've got me to help. Yeah, just chill. Just tell me when you're ready. All right, thank you, Ursula. We're going to bring you back here in just a moment. Shelley, why don't you go ahead and just close your eyes and just participate with this too? Just make sure we got you right back in the proper universe, time streams, and parallels and whatnot. And wide awake. Don't laugh at me, Ursula. You can't even wait. Not even a second.
I'll tell you why I laughed actually. Raw was in the mid. He was weighing it and he's thinking, I'm going to tell him no. I'm going to tell him no.
No, I can see him debating for a good long while, actually. I think it might have been your laughing that actually pushed him over the top. He was like, all right, the poor guy's had enough. All right. He was weighing it. Even Stephanie has written in the chat. She's like, oh, and you're like this. You're like, and Raw's like, the one called Ursula is amused. And you're like,
Oh my God.
Well,
I think he was weighing it. He was definitely thinking, I could see him when he almost said, this is for you to find out.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, if I would have guessed anybody.
There's
What's
a lot of good information about your symbol, and the seven sacred flames are, it's accurate information, and to align yourself with those flames.
Okay, good. I'll go look that up. Good. I think the funniest thing is when you watch this video and you see yourself saying, I am Ra 20 times, right? Well, I guess you are Ra, right? I am Ra too, right? We're all Ra, but anyways, it just seems odd that Ursula says I am Ra 20 times in a video.
I've been watching a little bit of Aurora channeling Ra. So she's channeled Ra a couple times. She did 2 sessions sessions with him. And she gets tired. She can't hold on for too long, like 20, 30 minutes.
That was the only thing I didn't like as an answer was, well, how do we do our unity conscious? Practice unconditional love. What kind of answer is that?
Right there. I'm unconditional love. I hate that guy.
I can't figure out why I can't figure it out. Right? All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Saturday, right? Saturday, 10 my time.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys. Have a
Good
great
luck
night.
tomorrow with Patrick.
I love you guys unconditionally. Whatever.
I love you guys too unconditionally.
Bye.